meet the temptation the first time and then it returns? Is it easier the next time? Maybe. But sometimes it's not. We're not promised that temptation is going to be easy to beat once we beat it the first time. We've got to make sure that we're consistent when we face that temptation over and over again, because Joseph certainly was. So back in Genesis 39, verse 10, it said, "So it was, as she spoke to Joseph day by day, that he did not heed her to lie with her or to be with her." Did you catch that? Day by day. It was over and over again. But did Joseph cave to it? No. Each and every time, he resisted that temptation over and over again. So he was consistent, even though Potiphar's wife was not going to give up. That's how Satan works. He's not going to give up. He's not going to quit until you just make it clear that, hey, I'm in charge of my spiritual life. I can handle this. I'm going to overcome this because God's on my side and I'm on God's side, and we're going to win. But the thing about consistency is that sometimes it's easier when it's new, when you have that energy and you're excited about it. You know, when we've been baptized, you get that special feeling of, oh, I'm going to be like this the rest of my life. Well, that's not always the case. Because sometimes the newness wears off. And it's hard to stay sharp. But to be consistent, you've got to still put all your energy into it as if it were new. Where's Levi? Levi, I'm not going to embarrass you. What's the one chore that you have to do at home that I ask you all the time? Take the trash out. He doesn't like doing it. I don't blame him one bit. But he's gotten pretty good lately. When I ask him, he just says, yes, sir, he does it. Sometimes he shocks me and just does it on his own. I appreciate that. But a couple months ago, or a few weeks ago, he was taking the trash out. And guess who was following him? Joshua. Joshua was carrying a little bag of trash behind his brother, had a big grin on his face. Why do you think he had that grin on his face? Hey, I get to do something, responsible. I'm a big kid. I get to do this. Do you think Joshua's going to be excited when he's older that he gets to take the trash out? No, I doubt it. But that newness to him, he likes it. He wants to do it. He wants to be a big kid. He wants to be responsible. We've got to take that kind of energy where something's new and use it all the time. That helps us to be consistent. We need that type of energy to be consistent, to beat sin, and to beat temptation. Who knows what Galatians 6:9 reminds us about? It says, don't become weary, and I'm just paraphrasing it. And it also says, don't lose, what's our theme? What's that body part? Heart. Don't lose heart. When we're having to fight that temptation over and over again, don't get weary, try not to, and don't lose heart. Well, why shouldn't we lose heart? Well, we have God to look to for strength. Losing heart can be easy sometimes, but if you draw upon the strength from God, you can make it. Go with me to John 16:33. John 16:33. These things I have spoken to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation. It doesn't say you might. It says you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. So, looking at that passage, it's reminding us that yes, there's going to be ups and downs. But the good news is that Christ overcame the world. We can look at that and realize, hey, Christ did it. I'm going to strive to do it too. Keep that in mind when you lose heart when it comes to being consistent. The third thing I want you to think about is determination. And what I mean by determination is a sense of urgency, where you need to make sure your life right now is right with Christ, that you've obeyed the gospel. There needs to be a sense of urgency where you need to take care of it now, not later. You can't procrastinate. As I was preparing this lesson, I was thinking about how some people react when it comes to stormy weather. Now, I know in my family, we experienced where the storm of 2011, when Pleasant Grove and some surrounding communities and communities around the state were hit by storms. So we're pretty weather aware when it comes to stormy weather. But I'm sure you've all seen videos maybe where there's a tornado somewhere, and what do you see in the background? Usually you see cars just driving back and forth like there's nothing going on. And to me, I want to say, what's wrong with those people? Don't they realize that there's danger? It's urgent that they get to safety. But for whatever reason, their outlook on storms is different than the way I look at it. So for us, we want to get to a safe place and be protected. We need to make sure we have a sense of urgency when it comes to our life and with obeying the gospel. Because Joseph showed that as well. What did he do back in Genesis 39? Did he just kind of tiptoe away? Did he crawl away? No, what did it say? He ran. He fled. He got out of there quickly. I think he was very wise. I think he felt the pressure, and maybe he was perhaps a little bit worried about what he would do if he didn't get out of there right away. His example is a beautiful example of a sense of urgency. He knew he had to flee right away, right then. That's the way we need to handle sinful situations and tempting situations. When our heart is into our relationship with God, we're going to do whatever it takes to get out of those rough situations. And we're going to do whatever it takes to get closer to Him. I've probably gone a little bit too long. I think the magic number, if I remember Daniel saying this once, is 17 minutes. I think I've probably gone a little bit longer than 17 minutes. But I just want to say one final thing. And this ties back into our sense of urgency. In Ephesians 5:15 through 17, and I like the way the English Standard translates this. It says, "Look carefully then how you walk, not as but as wise, making the best use of the time, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is." I like that part that said, making the best use of time. I cannot stress this enough to make the best use of your time, because we aren't promised a tomorrow. So the question I want to ask you right now is, how is your heart? And how is your life? Do you have your heart in your relationship with God? Because if not, this is the great time for you. It's a great time for you right now. Lots of feedback going on. But I hope that you'll think about that. I hope that you'll think about the story of Joseph and his example, and how his heart was in his relationship with God, because he did everything he could to make sure he stayed right. We're about to sing a song, and this is a chance for you, if you need to get your life right, or if you are ready to obey the gospel,